of the year started out.
Well, and I love this region. These are my favorite peeps. So I'm so grateful to even be here today. So thank you, and thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Jessica, tell them because here's the thing. Well, first of all, you all know because you were at the event on Friday. In fact, well, not last Friday, but Friday before last. Jessica was even there. And you all heard that it's time for me to move on and retire from being the regional director. And you're going to hear the announcement of your new regional director on Wednesday. I think that there's some social media posts going on, but that's okay. And you're going to be able to meet this person on Wednesday, as well as your new regional operations regional OP, Mike McCarthy. And then I'm going to be staying on. I'm not leaving the region. I'm going to be staying on as an investor, a trusted advisor, working with the new RD on history and things. And I'm going to be working in the background with Ashley on some projects that we got started that we need to get finished up. And the new RD. Jessica, is really going to be focused on growth. And that's why I think it's important that you talk about that today because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Your goal for net next year, Jessica, is going to be close to net 500. So there's a goal that has been provided to us, and I'm going to let the new RD tell you about it. But I can tell you there's going to be a lot of um, focus on growth for next year. And Jessica, you're hearing this anyway across the country, right?
I am, and Rich and I have been through many of these market shifts along with you, Georgia. And for those of us that have, we're excited because we
Right.
know what happens in this next turn of events. And you guys have been through some really rough times. And Georgia, you've led your region through some of the hardest years
Oh,
recently. And you've been the encourager to all of us to always work on this. And yet, this next market, it's not as hard. It actually is not nearly as hard as recruiting. So when you hear that your net numbers are going to be expected to grow, don't be daunted by that, but just be inspired and invigorated of the market shift to come because you guys will be recruiting from the training rooms again. You will be valued again. Much of your competitors that are cheap shops kind of disappear in this market. There's a lot of chaos and friction within large competitors of ours. So it's kind of a great time for us to really shine and be super valuable again. And
yeah.
Georgia, you've led us through so many markets, and yet it's kind of an exciting time when you look at the market ahead, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. And that's why when I saw your opportunity to be able to have this great from you and Rich, this great opportunity to really get focused on what they can do in this first 90 days, because that
Yep.
first 90 days of the year are really, really so important. And here's the other thing I always tell everybody, Jessica, and you know this, all your recruiting for this year needs to get done by no later than September because anything you do in October, November, December, you're really setting yourself up for the next year. Wouldn't you agree with me?
Yeah, and really that's when we see most of the people move. We always joke
Yeah,
that recruiting season starts at Halloween and then you reap the reward between January and Valentine's, pretty much.
exactly. Exactly.
Some people
Exactly.
you might get over sooner than later, and yet Rich and I are we put this together. This is our best work yet. We're super fired up about this because it's experiential. We're going to be role playing and role modeling week over week in just 1 hour, so it's not too much but 1 hour, 1 week at a time, we're going to share with you how to take very high level value props and weave them into your life as a team leader. When you hear about level 4 and 5 team leading, like Mike Forza shares and teaches how you can level up, this is all we're going to be talking about is being 4 and 5 all the time from the front of the room, recruiting from the front of the room with your events. And yet, what we've done is weaved in week over week super value for you. So, for example, we dissected the 4 quadrant needs analysis into an actual interview sheet for y'all. We've shared with you new ways to set appointments using AI and social media. So we've got some really cool things we've peppered in that are some proven things that you can kind of test into your own world to really be disruptive wherever you may have the need to fill some gaps or kind of level up. So the first 4 weeks is a lot of the basics you've seen before, and yet it's not because we're really going into like a whole nother realm. Our goal in each session is to bring a little AI in so that you can feel more and more confident using it. And we're giving you prompts that are proven so that you don't have to experiment or waste time. And then the week 5 through 7 is really more about MREA. And I'm going to tell you, this is where we hope to really gain your confidence also with coaching your best people and the best people you're hoping to bring in. So again, each week is different. It's a different value prop specifically. We've got some real fun weaved in with gifts that we're giving you to kind of use if you have a gap or kind of challenge and level up if need be. And then we wrap up with very, very week by week specific value propositions that are more big picture, like our communities and our culture. Like, what does that look like actually? So, very specific learning, one on one, small group. So, sign up quickly if you're going to save a seat, do it before the holidays. And we will not overwhelm you, but give you the value as we go. So hope to have as many of you as possible.
Jessica, you know what I love about this is I know some other programs are like daily and different things. And I love the fact that yours is like once a week because you can take what you share with them this week and then they can implement it and then come back to the next week and maybe you'll do a little follow up. I don't know. But then
Yeah.
it gives them a chance to really digest it versus some of the things that are like more intense every day and stuff. I think this is really good. Thursdays at 1 o'clock our time, which doesn't
Yep.
interfere with any of the Keller Williams stuff or anything at this point that the region is doing or anything like that. So, will those calls just out of curiosity be recorded? So in
They
case,
will. We'll also be sharing shorts to taunt you all to listen to the whole recording if you miss a week. And there is a little accountability, but it's more gamification than anything.
yeah,
Gamification and implementation, because our goal is just to set you guys up to crush it.
yeah.
And the market's going to help you, but you still need the skill. And this is high level recruiting. This is indies, R2s, large teams, advanced agents that want to be career track forever.
Now you didn't, and I don't know, so I hope this is
Mhm.
okay. If they have like like their MCA and different people want to be
Yeah,
on this,
anyone
is it
can
for the
join it. We don't
market
really
center
care.
on the
Yeah,
team?
sure.
Perfect, perfect. So
And
anybody,
certain sessions make more sense for different people to participate than others. So you'll also have the recording and the shorts. And our goal is not to be deaf by training, but yet make sure that you get it in a way that you're getting what you need. Um, and we also know you might miss a week, over 12 weeks. Life is life. And yet it's very specific topic each week. So you guys will know. And we're going deep. We're going deep so you get the confidence you need to talk about these things. If you don't feel like you know how to answer questions around something, just don't talk about it. You just don't use that tool. It's just life. And yet, when Georgia and I were recruiting back in the day, we just had one distraction, a book, right? Then we got websites and we were all techie and all. Now you have like 9,000 things. So part of it is connecting you to the things in a way that's meaningful, that you feel confident bragging about it, talking about it, connecting to it. And can't wait to have you save a seat because we're going to keep it small. This first run we're going to keep small. And yet this is not putting our zero systems in place. This is feeling like a level 5 team leader.
well, I even want to take it, Jessica, because I know I can always learn from you. So thank you for doing this. And I hope each and every one of you as a market center will sign up. And gosh, maybe we'll just have the whole region on there, Jessica.
Well, and Georgia, you and I do things because we love what we do. And this is like a passion project of mine. And so any way I could ever collaborate with you, Georgia, you're the very best. And there are no shoes that'll fill what you are leaving because you've made this so special for all of us. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate that. And again, I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you and you being a part of our region. You always have
Yeah.
been, you always will be, and love you. And thanks for everything you guys do.
Love you guys. And you know what? Have an amazing holiday. And if anyone needs anything, reach out. Last thing I'll add is a recruiting academy every week. Rich and I have office hours. So for anyone that just missed something or it's not resonating with them, we really are about leaving none of you behind and giving you everything you need to kill it in this market ahead. It's going to be so fun to recruit in 2026. I promise you that.
So
Take care, guys.
you just put this in the chat that they can download,
Yep,
right, to sign up.
absolutely. Any
Perfect.
questions, just reach out and I'll call you back. Take care,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jessica. Bye.
Thank you, Georgia.
All right, everybody. I would highly, highly encourage you. I think that's a bargain to be able to, for your whole team to be able to take that because, there's so much new things happening with with AI and just different ways to recruit. And I'm going to tell you something. I started in this region in 2006, and in May, actually, it was June 1st. May 31st is when I came into the region. June 1st is when I started. So it'll be 20 years effective on June 1st. But not mentioning the time, the 6 years prior to that, I was as a team leader. But what I was going to say is that don't get in a mindset that and they kind of said it on the call today. There's all these companies out there trying to come up with a wish and a dream, and they've got this and they've got that. And I'm going to tell you something right now during this kind of market, you're going to find that everybody kind of scales back a little bit on the promises that they've made. And the other thing is that agents sometimes don't get paid on time. So there's a lot of things right now that are happening out there. So don't think that you can't get somebody because this is the time when people need us and need our training and need our information and your all the things that you've been taught to provide. So don't have a limiting beliefs. Don't have any limiting beliefs on that. All right, let's see. Let's get going. Let me get the PowerPoint up here and hold on, let me find it. There we go. And we've got our state of the region. And let me kind of start off here. Oops, let me share my screen. Let me go back. Let me go back. Gosh, hopefully I get this before this is my last one, knowing how to share the screen and all that kind of stuff. All right. It's like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm working on some stuff like with the rookie real estate book, maybe doing a little podcast on that, coming out and doing some training for new agents on the rookie real estate book. I'm really, really excited about some of the things that I'm working on, and not having to do the job every day, but being able to help everybody grow. All right, so here is what we're going to do. Let's talk. Let's look at here. We already talked about Jessica. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes.
Everybody see the screen? Great. All right. Now, unbeknownst to me, Chris is so fast. I'm going to tell you, Chris and Katie are so fast. Like, I made the announcement and they have this retirement celebration for me going on. And I'm just so thrilled that they did it. I know that some of you, it's kind of last minute and aren't going to be able to be there. But here's the thing. If you're not going to be able to be there, I want to kind of come out and just do individual celebrations with you anyway. So even if you can't be there, which I hope you can be, I'm looking forward to maybe coming out and doing some market center celebrations or group celebrations with some of you, because we've been through so much together. So I'm really, really excited
Okay.
about just continuing my relationship with everybody. But you should have all received this. I believe it's on Facebook, but it's tomorrow at the University Club. I think Eric or Dallas, did you want to talk about this a little bit?
Eric has dropped the link in the chat. We have to have a final number by 4 o'clock today. So if you guys have thought that you RSVP'd, but maybe didn't or wanted to RSVP but hadn't quite gotten there yet, we need to have a final number by 4 o'clock today. So if you guys can go ahead and click on that and get your RSVP in, we really appreciate
I've
it.
heard from a lot of people that this is so close to Christmas and they've just got other things going on. It was kind of last minute. We totally understand that, but if you guys can make it, that's great. I've heard from so many of you. So thank you so much for all your wishes and everything. So, all right, let's go on to the next one. As a reminder, on Wednesday, we've got the announcement for the new RD and our new regional operating principal. That's going to be taking place on Wednesday, on the 17th at 2 o'clock. So you should have all gotten the link. The link is also on the hub. So we hope that, well, we want you to attend this, but just remember, this is not for agents or anything. This is only market center leadership and staff. And it shouldn't take long, maybe I'm going to say 30 minutes at the most, probably, unless anybody has a lot of questions. But 2 o'clock on Wednesday, December 17th for the big announcement. Then let's talk about our Canva contest. All right, our Canva contest, the last day as MCTT for you to be able to get your information in and do your Canva conversions is December 19th. We're going to announce the winners on December 22nd. Now, we're not going to have a call, but we will be having a call with the MCTTs. Mike, I think we talked to you about that. We will on Monday, on December 22nd, we'll have a call with the MCTTs to announce our winner of the contest. And we'll give you the time and all of that kind of stuff a little bit later on. But the last day to get all of your stuff in is December at the end of the day. And then we will be totaling all that up over the weekend and to be able to get all of the information out. Now, just to show you where you are, St. John's is at 107.8. Now, you might go, well, how are they at 107.8? It's because we take the your number from where you were as far as agent count at the end of November. So every month we base it on the end of November. So if they've recruited people and they've got new recruits that they've converted already, that's how their number is over that. Same thing with Orlando Lake Nona. My gosh, they're up to 99.3. Okay. So if you see that their number isn't necessarily the same, but their percentages, it's because that they are adding the recruits that they're bringing in, which is over and above the number that we have for the last time we took agent count. And so congratulations, Jack Orange Park, New Tampa, Inverness. For number, you got Lake Nona, Jack's Beach, Orlando Central, New Tampa, and Tampa Central. So there's still time. There's still time. So make sure that you're getting your numbers in by the 19th. We're not going to be giving any more updates, Angela. No more updates through the week because we want to be able to see. We want to be able to see and have it as a surprise at the end of the 19th. So no more updates for you guys. This is the last time you're going to get an update is from December 12th. All right, there's still time to make those numbers happen. Okay, and then you all received, which Angela and Abby do for you, your Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast that you can post on Facebook or send out, whatever you choose to do. These are all in the hub for you, so make sure that you're watching this and listening to this. Again, I cannot reiterate to you how important it is that you listen to each and every one of these podcasts because each one has a unique value proposition to it that you could talk to any internal or external agent. I mean, if you guys want to be trained on Keller Williams, just listen to these podcasts and you have anything that anybody could ask you about a question, it's answered in any of these podcasts. So I would highly encourage you to take advantage of these that we do for you. Okay. ALC opportunity for coaching. They talked about this on the call. We have this at our ALC meeting that if you have an ALC member previously or going to be an ALC member and they want to have 2 months of complimentary coaching, they do sign up for a 6-month contract, but they get 2 months of free coaching, plus they get a family reunion registration. So it's almost like getting 3 months of coaching for free. I would take advantage of it just from the standpoint that you get family reunion for free because I think that price has already gone up. We're going to be sending you out an email. I think, Angela, I gave you the link to put in the chat, didn't I? I sent you an email to put the link in the chat for the sign up, for the Google sign up on that. So check your email. Whoops. Now I want to talk to you about Bold, and I think that Ben is probably on this call as well because Ben had some thoughts he wanted to talk about with this, but there's a Bold discussion. They talked about it on the RD call today, and I wanted to have the conversation with you about it. I'm gonna just actually minimize this for a minute here. Hold on for a second. We have the opportunity to do regional Bolds and actually get some scholarship money to be able to help support you. So in other words, the region would do it. It wouldn't be done by each market center. So let's just say we had one in Orlando. All the market centers could come together. we would find and contract with the place. We would need to get a commitment from you for how many people because but they have regional sponsors that Bold has put together to help us put this together for you. Okay. Now there are some particulars that we need to find out. For instance, Ben was asking about in a text to me. He said, one of the things is if we have these regional sponsors, they want to be able to go into the market centers that are participating in Bold and show their, you know, their vendor stuff. Okay. In other words, they want to be able to go into the market centers and promote their whatever it is, inspectors, mortgage companies, title companies, whatever they might be. We're going to get some particulars on that. But what would you say if we did like Dallas, that there was a Tampa Bold and we did it as a region and we went and found the room? You guys, of course, would help us find the room. And then, but you wouldn't be responsible for doing all the work.
I would love that.
Okay. But here's the thing. We have to commit to like 100 to 150 people. So like between you and the Dayton, you know, Dayton and Brandy with the group there between, you know, because you guys are our team now between
Right.
the coffee group and the McLaughlin group, you're kind of like the Tampa people, right? And
Right.
maybe we can get some Sarasota people to come and participate in that as well.
We just had a bowl and we had over 80 people. I think 87 people or
Yeah.
something.
So
Yeah.
maybe if we did this like in April or something like that, or March, I don't know what date might be. I don't think you'd want to do it again in January, but maybe like
No,
a March or an April.
not
Would you
January.
be pardon me?
Not
Not
January.
January, I know. So we're gonna get together with you guys. Orlando, what do you guys think about Orlando? Who's my Orlando people? Do you like this idea, Liliana? Claremont, Bethany's going like yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we get, you guys get to help us, but the sponsorship money is taken care of. Like you don't have to go out and find the money. Okay, but you just need to sell the memberships and get the people to come. And maybe there might be some leftover money for some scholarships or something. And then we'll take it to Jack's Beach. Those are our three maybe main areas. I don't mind taking it to Sarasota. Sarasota is a little bit smaller there, but I think that if we did Tampa, Sarasota area, Orlando area that would encompass, one area of Orlando versus the other, figure out someplace in the middle, and then it's maybe out there in Jacksonville or something. I think that we could get three of those and maybe get some sponsorship going. So we would need to have your support on this. So what I'm going to be doing in the backside is the new RD is really going to be working with you on growth and indies and growth and really helping you grow your market centers. I'm going to be working on the backside to finish out events that we had to put the calendar together, events and things. So I'll be working with Ashley on Bold plus the new RD, but kind of working on that. I'm going to be finishing up compliance things and different things like that just to finish out everything. And then, of course, the history of the region and all the different things that we've done, be working with the new RD on those things. But their focus is really helping you guys with growth to grow your market center. So we would really need to have your support if we decided to do this regional bold in bringing this together. But it might take some pressure off of you guys as far as getting it done. All right, let me go back. Am I sharing again? It says I'm sharing. Am I sharing again? Liliana, am I sharing again?
Yeah, you're
Okay,
sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
very good. Okay. Don't forget Lone Wolf transaction integration. The custom forms, these are more for MCAs. These are all due by December 31st. So follow the instructions from KWRI on that. Okay. And then this is the flyer that we'll be sending out to you on the MAPS coaching. I think this is a huge opportunity for you guys to be able to, for current or existing or previous ALC members. So I would really take advantage of that. All right, you probably also saw on the call today, this is some social media posting that's been going out. You're going to find this in Canva for you. It's for leaders. It's your markets that are named here, the best of 2025, capping agents, teams. You've got some KWU stuff going on, some MAPS things going on, some agent things going on. So these are kind of some of the marketing materials that they've put together for you. So again, these are in Canva, so you guys can go and check this out. just go into your Canva account and look for that. That's why it's important. I think these new calls on Monday are really, really important because they're sharing with you a lot more information than possibly in the past. So I would really, moving forward, make sure that you're on these calls. If for some reason you can't be, don't schedule stuff, guys, during the noon call or the 1:30 call. Don't schedule stuff. Really try to keep those dates, those time frames open so you can really gather what's going on. And then, schedule your other stuff before, after those time frames. Family reunion, I think the ticket prices have gone up, but just wanted to remind you about getting your ticket to family reunion. And then the other thing I want to share with you is, I don't know why we haven't taken more advantage. Congrats to Orlando Lake Nona. We've got 2 recruits granted for a comp ticket. So great job, Liliana. Okay. But guys, we've not heard from anybody else. To my knowledge, I asked Ashley before she had to go to an appointment today with Bashar, why are you guys not taking advantage of a free family reunion ticket? And by the way, people can drive now to Atlanta, so that's not even like, but even the airplane ticket to Atlanta is not expensive. Yes, you might have to come up with a couple of nights for a room, but why would you not want to take advantage of this? There is no minimum, to my knowledge base, Liliana. I don't think there was a minimum to how much volume they did. It just can't be a new person. They have to be in the business, right?
Correct. And if they want to be part of the launch, I think
Then there,
the luncheon has a minimum of 6 million in
6
volume.
million, right?
hmm
Right. So guys, here's the thing. There is no minimum to a recruit coming to family reunion for free, FREEEEE free. Okay. No minimum production. Just can't be a new agent. They already have to be in the business. Okay. So that's first of all. Second thing is, if you want them to go to the lunch, they do have to have a minimum, or the event, I should say, luncheon event, they do have to have a minimum of $6 million in production. But I just can't believe that we don't have indies and all kinds of people attending family reunion complimentary, and why we're not giving those tickets away. So I think this is a big miss. So let's make sure that you still got, I think it's the 19th. This is over with. Yeah. Submit by Monday, January 19th. So you still have, about a week well, Monday's not the 19th. Oh, no, wait, you've got a whole January 19th. So my gosh, you've got like a whole month. You got a whole month to go on this. So you got plenty of time to be able to do this. I thought it was December 19th. So that's great. Some of you are missing your submission of your December 2025 goals and your 2026 annual goals. I texted you this morning. Guys, we had to send in because in your franchise document, your licensing agreement, it says that you have to have your goals submitted by December 10th. We had to go in and submit your goals for on December 10th for those that we had. But if you were missing, you're going to be missing from that schedule. We don't like to do that. These are for your 2026 annual goals. So I sent out a text this morning, please fill those in. And then I need your December numbers as well. And I'm going to say it's going to be really important. If I were to look at the sheet right now, without every market center, and there's about 6 market centers missing, the net is 1155. And we're negative like 500 right now. So that means that we're going to increase our net by 1,600 agents between now and next year. So if let's really make sure that you got your paint by numbers, your GPSs, all of those things in line for what you need to do, which is going to be gross, and come up with productivity programs to keep those agents and value proposition so you can keep your gross and your net up. All right, let's talk. There's Ray. I see Ray. I see your picture, Ray. I just don't see you. Are you live, Ray?
I am.
There he is. He's live. So Ray, take us through the state of the market.
All right, let's talk about what's going on.
And we know
here
we're
in
always
Florida.
a month behind, right? We're always a month behind because reports are always a month behind.
Yeah, and they don't come out till the end of the month. So
I know.
when we look at the sales, the last quarter has been good so far, right? The last few months, we're up 14% in closed sales year over year. 21, a little over 21,000. That's good. Paid in cash. There's a lot of people buying cash.
Yeah.
You can still close deals even this year. Remember, title can close in 8 to 10 days. It's not too late. Median price down a little bit. We don't really worry about that. It fluctuates, but look at average price. You know, that's a big difference between those two numbers, which is
It
not
keeps going
typically.
up.
Yeah, that's huge. Typically, it's about $100,000 difference. And then what I look at is what's going to happen next month and the month after. Pending sales up 23%, Georgia. We're going to have a good November. We're going to have a good December
Yeah.
to last year. Pending inventory, same thing. These are under contract closing in the next couple of months. And then, of course, inventory in generals, it's going up, but it's still not going up as fast as it was. In
Hmm.
Orlando, we just got our numbers today for last month in November, and our inventory actually went down
Uh,
month over month. So you can see the state of the market. You can tell that our next year numbers should beat this year's numbers based on the last quarter, which is great. So the market should be getting a little bit more stable, a little bit better, and trending upwards instead of flat and declining a little bit, which is good. All right. Next, I did a different report this time. I did a closed sales report, and what we wanted to look at is what's selling. All right. So the sweet spot when you look at this, I went ahead and boxed around the things that are up. Of course, the smaller numbers are always up, right? Because there's a lot of people that can afford. Affordability is our biggest problem right now. Anywhere between 25 and 28% under 300,000. And then what's selling in the state between 300 and 600 are the two biggest numbers. And then, of course, what's amazing is luxury. You know, over $1 million year over year, we're up almost 24%, which is, it shows you that if people have money, they're taking advantage of the deals that are in the market, especially at that higher price. I just closed the deal on Wednesday. It initially got listed 180 days ago at 2.3 million. We got it for 1.5 and it appraised for 1.75. So they
wow.
moved in with $250,000 in equity. Good for them.
Yeah.
So that's the market we're in, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, next. All right, so let's talk about what the real estate outlook for 20. This is what people ask me all the time. All right. So when people think about housing stats, they usually think about Zillow. So Zillow says home values are forecasted to grow 1.2% versus being flat this year. This will support gradual improvement in affordability and buyer demand. Mortgage rates will hold a little bit above 6%. The
Hey,
people,
Ray, I want to stop right there for a minute.
yeah,
You know, Gary on multiple conversations, and there was just something, oh, it was just the thing with Jason that he showed the interest rates. Okay. And, you know, people that are newer to the market think that they've got to wait until 2.3 or, you know, 3% or 4% interest rates are coming out. And that may not ever happen again. And for people that are newer to the market in the last 4 to 5 years, they don't know what the past has been. So it's really, really important that they probably use some of those slides from Jason to even show that to the consumer, because the consumer, the newer consumer, doesn't really understand that. Your first time home buyer doesn't understand that. Do you know what I mean?
100%, Georgia. This is the reality. If rates get back down to 3%, that means on a global scale, we will have had a very bad event. The
Yeah.
reason that rates got as bad as they did or as low as they did initially was the great financial crisis of 2008, right? And then when they got really low is when COVID kicked in and the world shut down. So hopefully we never see those rates again, which means we never see that bad a situation ever in our lifetime.
Well, and to be honest, I don't think it's the rates that is the affordability issue. It's the price the housing market is so inflated right now. It's so high. that might be the issue, but it's not particularly the interest rate, but the interest rate on top of higher prices, just like you showed, is the challenge. And then people not having the equity to put down, because they just want to finance everything, creates part of the problem,
Okay.
or the affordability issue. Would you say so, Ray?
Yeah. But what we've seen in the last couple of months is because rates are a little bit above 6, people are actually coming out of the woodwork going, you know what? It's almost 6. This might be as good as it gets.
Exactly.
If it
Exactly.
touches 5, I mean, with 1 point, you can buy into the 5s with FHA loans right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
So, but
And,
yeah,
V-
I
and
agree.
yeah. And VAs, we got so many veterans to be able to take advantage of the VA financing. Okay, sorry, Ray. I just wanted to
No,
point that out,
you
that
know,
our job as leaders is to be able to educate our agents, to educate the consumer as to what this market is.
absolutely. Existing home sales will climb slightly. The forecast is a little over 4.26 million existing home sales. That's a 4.3% increase. That means there's more transactions in the market, which is good.
Mhm.
New construction will see its weakest year since the pandemic. Okay,
Wow.
because there is already a large stock of new homes already built and under construction. Builders are a little bit more sheepish now on new projects, which makes sense, right? AI will evolve from just being a helpful assistant to actually a transaction coordinator. That'll be part of what AI is used for, which is good. All right, let's see what all the experts in our arena say. Mortgage banker. Now, this is what's amazing. If you notice, if you follow these numbers, the Mortgage Bankers Association is actually the most, I wouldn't say negative, but they're the highest in each of these categories. Mortgage Bankers Association thinks we're going to average about 6.4% interest rates. Realtor.com 6.3, Cushy, whatever that is, low sixes. Zillow 6. Our favorite economist from NAR, Dr. Lawrence Yun. He's always the most optimistic person on any panel, 6%. I hope he's right. And I forgot to change this. Fannie Mae, 6%. And I'm going to be honest with you. If Fannie says 6%, I'm going with Fannie,
Yeah,
right?
me too. Me too. They're the
So
ones that
I'm
got to
hoping
own them.
6% or high fives, you know. All right, home prices. NAR 4%. There's Dr. Yoon again rearing his
Wow.
head. Realtor.com 2.2, but what they're saying with Realtor.com is because inflation will actually be higher than that, it will still not show as prominent as it should. The Bright MLS chief economist, that's Lisa. She's the economist for one of the biggest MLSs in the country. About 1% increase in home prices. Zillow 1.2, and there's our Mortgage Banker Association in a deficit. All right, so they think we're going to sell less or home prices will go down, which, you know what, it is what it is. Each of them
Yeah.
has their own opinion. All right, next. Home sales volume. There's Dr. Yoon right up top. I hope he's right, guys. If we have 14% in transactions, we will be doing well. We will have a good year. There's Lisa from Bright, 9%. That's the two MLS people, two realtor people. Fannie Mae, 8%. They have to know something. Mortgage bankers, right there in the middle of the road at 6.3. Zillow, there's our 4.3 we just spoke about. And of course, Realtor.com coming in at a very realistic or very reasonable 1.7. The good thing is, it looks like everybody agrees we're going to have more transactions next year than this year. So our agents need to be working with that dang database, Georgia. You know, they need to be on social. They need to be hosting events, even if they're small events. They need to be partnering with people if they can't. You know, one of the things we did this year in Gainesville was one of the ideas you gave us with the pies. We had the market center order a bunch of pies. All the single
Yeah.
agents came in and they couldn't have had a better time. They put it on social media. They got a lot of response. It was fantastic.
So
Very
did that
market
make a difference, Ray? Because just so everybody can remember, instead of top agents like yourself and everybody ordering pies, you make it available to the single agent so they can just buy 5 pies or 10 pies or 3 pies. You know what I mean? So you're doing
100%.
it for them. They don't ever want to leave that sort of thing. Because you're now helping them with it might be that they just bought 5 pies and took it out to 5 people, but you
Yep.
helped them get a pie.
And the reality, to your point, is it makes our market center valuable. They're not going to get that from a virtual brokerage.
No,
You know,
100%. And then what do they have to do? So the thing is,
Sure.
they have to come into the market center. They have to pick up a pie. You have a pick up your pie party for 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? Have
Yeah.
pizza and things. So it builds community around people.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's the
All right.
old ideas. Some of the oldies are the goodies, right?
That's right. So what do people want? So well, key markers in the market. We just talked about new construction will slow down. Builders have inventory. We'll be cautious of too many building starts in a softer market. Buyers want a balance of wellness, technology, and efficiency in their practical needs like home offices, gyms, and outdoor living areas. I think outdoor living areas are very prominent. Um, we talked about the boomers all year. Okay, they're the ones that are recession proof. Why? Because a lot of them don't even have mortgages. They can buy up, they can buy down. They're not held hostage by the interest rates. And what they're looking for is they're looking for independent living light in communities. They're looking for like a villages, things that have everything in one spot, which is great. Uh, Demand for inflation savvy homes. Buyers will continue to prioritize energy efficient features like EV charging stations and whole home batteries. You know, I'm going to take a break from this for a second. One of our agents in Oviedo, her house just burned down and she lost everything. And it turns out that it was her Tesla charging station in her garage was the reason for that. So again, I don't own a Tesla and you know, it is what it is, but just be aware of that. That can happen and it did happen to them. So
Wow.
that's very, very sad. Um, Grocery optimized designs, walk-in pantries. I don't really know what this is, but cold storage zones um, to help manage with household expenses. Okay, so all right, next. All right, foreclosure market look like. Foreclosures projected to spike in 2026 and 27. We're already seeing an uptick year over year, this year versus last year, and it looks like 26 isn't going to slow down, particularly among loans originated in the last few years, of course. FHA delinquencies, we talked about this, 1 in 8 or 12% are currently late. That is amazing, guys. That's a lot of loans. Considering FHA makes up 15% of the loan portfolios in today's lending world. Loan servicers are reluctant to foreclose due to potential legal liabilities, resulting in a backlog of properties. Okay. Zombie foreclosure properties. This is vacant properties in neighborhoods that look abandoned. They create blight and negatively impact local property values. So if you have that house that's abandoned that sits on the corner and the HOA has to cut the grass once a month, that's not good for the community. Um, I just sold a house that was like that, and the homeowner ended up mowing the yard until it was sold. Because when people drive up next to a house with long grass, they don't want to live next to that house.
Yeah.
So the distressed inventory is being handled differently this year. I've seen this a few times. Many are being bundled and sold to investors rather than appearing on the retail market or the MLSs. The hedge funds have deals with banks right now, so we'll see a lot of short sales out there, but we probably won't see a lot of foreclosed bank-owned properties. So just know that you know, when I look at MLS numbers, they don't show an uptick in REO bank-owned properties coming out on the other end. It's because they're being handled differently because they can be sold, I hate to say it, cents on the dollars to banks, and they'll buy all of them. They'll buy the good with the bad, which is pretty smart.
Yeah,
All right.
and the banks don't want to mess around with individual sale. This is just smarter for them.
Because they don't have to have an REO department.
Yeah.
They don't have to
Yeah.
have, you know, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next. All right. Florida's outlook. Okay, that's great about the national outlook. Florida's population will continue to increase through the end of the decade to the tune of adding about a new mid-sized city every year. I thought this was interesting. Our growing population will continue to drive our real estate market, per far Chief Economist Brad O'Connor. Our official population as of the first of this year was a little over 23 million. Florida is expected to add an average of 306 new net residents. That's net, guys. That's in and out. Okay. This is why the market here will always be good. This is why we have the most agents right here. Okay, and this basically is going to go on till about 2030 with an annual growth rate of about 1.28% every year. The state does not record, actually records more deaths than births because of our age population. But the influx of new residents kind of offsets the numbers. So we do grow, even though a lot of us pass because of our age and the people wanting to retire here. O'Connor stated that there is a tremendous amount of latent housing demand waiting to be unlocked. Since interest rates started to decline in August, we've seen a move up purchases, downsizing, and second home buying tick up. This is that last quarter that we talked about. The numbers for the last 3 months have been really, really good, showing that this is probably an indicator of the next couple of years of us getting back towards a normal or balanced market. Next. And most importantly, what should an agent do in December? Okay, this is what, when I'm in the market centers, this is what we talk about. Setting your goals for next year, having a clear business plan, a 1-3-5 and a 4-1-1, very, very distinct, and what you need to do daily and weekly and monthly. Nurture your client relationships through cards, gifts, and parties. Audit your marketing ROI and touch systems. You know, Jason talked a little bit about this. Right now, because it's slower, you know, what are you going to be sending out in your 36, 72, 100 point touches? We did that with our team this morning. We went through every touch. We actually are switching to a home valuation type situation that's going to go out once a month that we can call when we have our touches with them. We can talk about how much equity they have in their houses. Is your online presence where you want it? Now is the time to audit it to make sure. Review performance. Where's your business coming from? We want to make sure that if it's not returning value, you take it out. What's your ROI and what that looks like? Prepare your tax benefits by purchasing supplies. Guys, this is the time. You know, talk to your CPA. If you can put an expense in this year versus next year, if an agent's had a really, really good year, maybe they want to prepay their cap for next year, Georgia,
Yeah.
because they had such a good year. And we can put it into an account that basically draws out that over the next year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You can calculate it and put it into a prepaid account. We can show them how to do that. But the other thing is like, first of all, team leaders need to understand market center financials. Excuse me, agent financials. And a team leader should be teaching agent financials. If you don't know how to do it, teach agent financials, then that's one of the things I can be helping you all with as far as training. Like you can have me come out and teach agent financials in your market center. Now that I'm not going to be doing the job, I will have more time to train in your market center. But here's the thing, what agents don't understand is if they've got, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000 worth of Home Depot receipts, right? And they don't understand that that's about $600 in income tax just because they don't want to save a receipt. Am I right, Ray?
that's right.
30%, depending what tax bracket you're in, that's about $600, but people say, oh, I don't want to say. So we need to teach them. I'm going to be teaching the Run Your Business Like a Business course that Bob teaches, and really teach them how to set up their LLC, how to keep receipts, how to, they were in our region, and I think you use another company, but did you sign up with the guy for the the website?
Yeah. Yep, we did.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. That just that kind of information will save them so much money. I mean, they worry about paying a cap, but they don't worry about saving money on their income tax.
Oh, it's horrible. Yes. Yep.
I know
I'm
they
not
could
gonna-
they could probably save their income tax. I mean, they could probably save their cap money if they just did their taxes right.
Oh, 100%. I mean, yes, absolutely. So, one of the things we need to work on is gathering testimonials and reviews. This is what agents don't understand, and some of them, I hate to say all of them because some of them do. If somebody's going to hire an agent for an appointment, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to go and look at the agent online. They're going to look at the reviews, they're going to look at their social media. So this is the kind of things when we meet with our agents and we coach with our agents, sit down. I met with an agent a couple weeks ago and we talked about, what he needs to do for his database, right? What does he have in place now? Nothing, right? He's going to hit $10 million this year in his second year. Good for him. And he grinds out every day, but he's getting wore out. And he goes, Ray, I need more incoming leads instead of me going to get leads. So guess what we did? We set up a touch system. We set up a couple parties next year to get him into it. And so it'll be nice, to see him grow through his database instead of through cold calling, and he can still do that because he can do it. Go
Ray,
ahead.
one of the things on the if you guys listen to the podcast, there's probably in the last 2 to 3 months, I think there's 2 or 3 podcasts about doing events. And the one guy that does all the events and takes them to the baseball games and all these different things, and then small events, big events, and everything. I don't listen when I listen to any of the podcasts. I still am not hearing that they're getting online leads. What I'm hearing is database management, events, and ways to connect with the people in their database.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the reality. I had a cookie exchange at my house for my little neighborhood that I think we have 85 houses. And this year I decided to do what's called a cookie exchange.
Uh-huh.
And we had 40 couples come. And inside of the 40 couples, there's 2 other real estate families in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that we're all realtors. And I'm the only one that does my signs are the only ones on the street, right? And one of the people there laughed and he goes, I'm surprised you guys talk to each other as realtors. And what I told the gentleman was, and Cheryl there was listening, I said, I don't fear people that want to take my business because it's my job to make sure that my circle of people want to use me. They can
Right.
use whoever they want, but my sphere, and that street is my sphere because I've been there 22 years, they know me. So if an agent wants to come in and mail to it, they can, but they have to realize that I've done a lot of work there, and it's going to have to be something special to get these people to go with them. So, but
Yeah,
that's my job.
and that you've got and you have the relationship with everybody, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I have the newsletter that goes out. I do all kinds of like giveaways. That's just kind of I give a pie to everybody on my street. That's just kind of the way it works.
I don't know. I don't know if Rebecca is on the call. I think I saw her earlier. Rebecca Rivers, are you here? I don't know that she was here. She was here a little bit. There you are, Rebecca Rivers. I want you to go off mute for a minute. You said, can you go off mute for a minute, Rebecca? There she is. Rebecca, you said something a long time ago at one of our events, and it always stuck with me, that when we're going after a listing, we're going in as competitors, but when we walk out of the listing, we're going out as
Partners.
as partners. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because when Ray takes a listing in his neighborhood, he may get the listing, but it doesn't mean that the realtors in his neighborhood can't sell it to somebody
Sell
else.
it
So
for.
they're a partner.
Well, and
Absolutely.
that's why it's so important that our agents know how to behave with other agents in there. They always take the high road because this is the only business I know where you go in as competitors and then you have to come out and ask them to help you. And that doesn't happen in a lot of other professions. And that's why it's really important for us to teach our agents how to teach other real estate agents. And that seems to be a big problem right now. They think it's a kind of combative relationship, and it's not. That we all really need to work as partners because next time it could be you.
Yeah,
But yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So Rebecca Rivers, see, you're still teaching me. So she said that she said that years ago, but I always remembered that. So thank you. All right, Ray, keep going.
All right. We have to learn, we need to figure out what our learning plan for next year is, right? So if you want to go deeper in your database, what are you doing? And this is where the podcasts really, really come into effect. There's a lot of, like you said, a lot of people that throw different events. Jason Abrams, when he was here, gave us some great ideas on how to work in your strength zone. If you're a golfer, do this. If you're a workout person, do that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that have great ideas out there, and everybody should be lead generating the way that they want to, because then they'll do it. And that's the reality to lead gen. If you're going to do something that you don't like to do every day, you're going to be miserable. So figure out what you like to do and go deep into that. So that's what you need to work on. But anyway, that's what I got.
Well, here's an oldie but goodie again. I used to teach a class when I was a team leader. It was called Points of Difference. Points of Difference. And what it was is it was like maybe 10 or 12 people in a group. and we would find out what their point of difference was. Like if they love to go to the gym, then kind of like what Jason was talking about, how she would help people, with their form or whatever it is. And so she built a community there. If they loved going to Starbucks, or they didn't have Starbucks, I'm just using this as an example. But if they like were into coffee, like going into, or wine, or whatever it would be, whatever their specialty was, or whatever they liked to do, what was their point of difference that they could be unique? It was like their unique selling proposition. Do you know what I mean?
Makes
And
sense.
so that might be another little class that you guys want to put together. We did it like once a month, but it was small, like 10 or 12 people, and it always worked out. And then they built their business cards and their marketing material. Now would be their social media presence, based on whatever their point of difference was. So there's another oldie but goodie.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right, Ray, thank you so much. We're hoping that you will continue these. We'll double check and make sure, but I know at least in January, we probably will continue doing this, and then we'll just see. But I think this would be great to continue doing our State of the Region once a month. So I hope you can keep this up.
Yep. You just let me know. Perfect.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. All right. Oops, Ray, you forgot about these.
No, that's when I do Orlando. Those
Okay.
are my Orlando slides.
Very good. All right, very good. All right, well, let's cheer it out. So this is your November results. So this is my last November results. I guess your new RD is going to be doing your December results. Okay, so let's see how we did in for closed units in the number 10. Now this is where you guys go off mute and you hoot and holler and you do all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so in the number 10 spot with 75 units, we had Ocala. And in the number 9 spot, oh, Timothy, I see you out there. You didn't hoot and holler, Timothy Ray. There you go. In the number 9 spot with 87, you got thumbs up, but I can only see that. They can't hear that. Number 87 units with St. Petersburg. Great job. In the number 8 spot with 89 units, Gainesville. In the number 7 spot, there we go, with 92 units, Jacksonville Beach. I could tell that was Chris. I could tell his woohoo. All right, in the number 6 spot with 95 units, Lakeland. All right, in the number 5 spot with 99 units, Orlando, Lake Nona, and Sarasota Metro. In the number 4 spot with 104 units, Venice. In the number 3 spot, those are pretty weak, with 108 units, Brandon. Woo! Patrick, you should be excited about that. In the number 2, and Dayton and Brandy. In the number 2 spot with 117 units, Tallahassee. Now, Candace, you're right in my vision, so I see you there. She did a woohoo. All right, in the number 1 spot with 134 units, Orlando Central. All right. Let's check out closed volume and the number 10 spot with over 33 million, Brandon. In the number 9 spot with over 33.3 million, Lakeland.
Whoa.
Whoa, there he is. In the number 8 spot with 36.4, Orlando, Lake Nona. In the number 7 spot with 37.8, Tallahassee. In the number 6 spot with 38.4, Tampa Central.
Yeah.
There we go, Dallas. In the number 5 spot with 42 million, Winter Park. In the number 4 spot with 49 million, 49.7, St. Petersburg. In the number 3 spot with 53 million, Sarasota Metro. In the number 2 spot with 62.9, almost 63 million, Orlando Central. And the number 1 spot with 63.3 million, Jacksonville Beach. Good job, everybody. Woohoo. All right, let's check out listings taken. In the number 10 spot with 46, Gainesville.
Woohoo!
Woohoo, that was Chris. In the number 9 spot with 49 listings taken, Winter Park. In the number 8 spot with 60, Tampa Central. Dallas, let me hear it. There he is. Okay, the number 7 spot with 61 listings, only by 1, Lakeland and Winter Haven. But check that out. That is a McLaughlin, Lakeland, Winter Haven, and Tampa Central leading the pack there with 8 and with number 7 and 8. All right. In the number 6 spot with 63, Ocala. In the number 5 spot with 64, St. Petersburg and Orlando Central. In the number 4 spot with 70, Brandon.
Woohoo!
In the number 3 spot with 74 listings, Sarasota Metro. In the number 2 spot with 90 listings, that's quite a jump from 74 to 90, Tallahassee. Woohoo! Check it out. I even saw woohoo from Gene Rivers. I saw his lips move. All right, in the number 1 spot with 165 listings taken, Venice. Venice, thanks to, I think that's
Wow.
Sean out there. Yay, good job.
And Thomas. Thomas takes a lot
And
too.
Thomas, okay, very good. Good job. All right, in the number 10 spot with 7,900, Brandon for owner's profit. And Brandy, it's a profit. In the number 9 spot with 8,570, Greater Manatee. In the number 8 spot with 9.7, Winter Haven.
Woohoo!
In the number 7 spot with 9.744, so close, Sarasota Metro. In the number 6 spot with 10,099, South Tampa. Yay.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
In the number 5 spot with 11,505, Claremont. In the number 4 spot with 16,113, Gainesville.
Woohoo!
In the number 3 spot with
From what she told me, it was just looking
18,194,
over the contract.
Orlando Lake Nona. In the number 2 spot with 28,522, Winter Park. And in the number 1 spot with 29,074, Brandy and Dayton. Check this out. St. Petersburg. Woohoo! All right. Let's check out total gross. In the number 9 spot with gross 1, we had Brandon, Daytona Beach, Gainesville, Sarasota, Lakewood, Ridge, and Tennessee. Good job, everybody. And we grossed one. All right, number 8 spot with 2, Jack's Mandarin, Jack Southside, Lakeland, Orlando North, Oviedo, South Shore, South Tampa, and Winter Haven.
Woohoo! Don't we?
In the
We
number
need to put we need to put Aldo in South Shore.
I know we need to have his package, and we'll be happy to do that. In the number 7 spot, Bradenton, Manatee, Claremont, Inverness, Orlando, Waterford, Sarasota, Siesta Key, and St. Petersburg
Woohoo!
with gross 3. In the number 6 spot with gross 4, Greater Manatee, Jacksonville, Orange Park, New Tampa, and St. Augustine. In the number 5 spot with 5 gross, Orlando Southwest, Tampa Central, and Winter Park. In the number 4 spot with 6 gross, Celebration, Orlando South, St. John's, and Venice.
Yay!
In the number 3 spot with, where is it? Come on. Why it's not moving? Hold on. What is going on? There we go. Whoop. Don't want to do that. In number 3 spot with gross 7, Jacksonville Beach and Sarasota Metro. In the number 2 spot with 8 gross, Orlando Central and Orlando Lake Nona. And Timothy Ray, who do you think is in the number 1 spot? Say it for me, Timothy Ray.
Ocala.
No, you got to say it the right way.
Ocala.
There you go. Oh,
Way to go, Tim.
good job, Timothy Ray. Your
Thank you.
uncle will be proud. Yay. All right, number 1. He taught you well. All right, let's check out retention. Let's see if this starts working. Orlando Lake Nona with, whoops, I got to move my little thing here. I can't see. Hold on. What does it say over there, guys? I got to move my thing. It won't, does it say net 1?
Yes.
Yes.
My pictures won't move, so I can't see it. All right. Orlando Lake Nona, Orlando Southwest, Orlando Waterford, St. Augustine, and St. Petersburg, all with net 1. In the number 4 spot, what is going on? Is that say net 2?
Yes.
Okay, in the number 4 spot, Celebration, Claremont, New Tampa, and Sarasota Siesta Key. Let me see if these move. I don't know why. My pictures are covering up the number, so I can't see it. All right, in the number 3 spot, with net 3, I can see that one. Jacksonville Beach, Jacksonville Orange Park, Orlando South, St. John's, and Venice. Good job, everybody. And in the number 2 spot, I think that says net 4, Orlando Central and Winter Park. Good job. And in the number 1 spot with net 5, Ocala and Sarasota Metro. Great job, everybody. Awesome job. All right. Congratulations to everybody. And as we finish up this call, I don't know why this won't move. Hold on. I can't even, let me quit sharing. Maybe it'll, there we go. It will quit moving when I do that. All right. So hold on because I have a special thing for you. Before we leave, I have one special thing. It's 2:35, but hold on, everybody. I got to share my screen again, and then I'm going to come back and show you something. We've got to do an oldie but goodie. For those of you that were around in 2020, you will remember this. Well, good grief. I can't get my things to move. Hold on for a second. I'm going to have to quit sharing for a second or take this PowerPoint down. Hold on. I can't, when I do this, your pictures show up and then I can't click on the thing. So hold on for a second. I don't know why this is doing this. Angela, you might have to go into Dropbox and do this. Okay, so hold on. All right. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. I just want to let you know that I am Mrs. Claus and I have
Is it not running?
your regional director because she's been
Crazy ever.
making you do too much.
I was frozen.
Have you been doing too much training, everybody? Hello, everybody.
Here we go.
Oh my happy holiday.
Oh, there we go.
Hold on, I have some reindeer somewhere. Reindeer, where are you, reindeer? Come on, reindeer. Let's get going, reindeer. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind.
That's Donnie and Ashley, for those that don't know it.
Don't be too far behind.
Donnie's in the yellow. Ashley's in the brown.
Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm reeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a boy child, what have you been longing for? All I want for Christmas is a rock and roll electric guitar. Then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star. Run, Rudolph, Santa meant to make it in town. After make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, feeling like a merry-go-round.
All right, everybody. We all had to see that again. That was in 2020 because I've had so much fun in this region for the last 20 years. I just cannot believe that this is my last official leadership call, 20 years of leading leadership calls. So I don't even know how many that is. Let's see, there's one a week for, I don't know, 52 a week, something like that. Anyway, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to see you guys and looking forward to coming out and coming out to Tallahassee, even Rebecca and Jean, and spending some time with you guys. I know you're going to be up in Canada. So anyway, it's been fun. And I know we're going to continue to have fun in the region. So I love you guys. I'm going to see you in the region. Have a wonderful holiday. Happy New Year. Let's make next year the best year ever. And I'll see you.
Happy retirement to Georgia, but that doesn't mean much.
No, that's it. That doesn't mean much. We're still going to be doing lots of stuff together. So love you guys, and I'll see you in the region. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Georgia.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Georgia.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.